Good evening and welcome to A Beef Stew Short. I am your host, Tony Anthony Macon. Thank you for stopping by. Today's topics: Mack Biggs. Fair or unfair that a transgender is able to wrestle amongst their original gender. Also, the food stamp proposal. Food stamp proposal will make a big change in how people use their food stamps. And I'm going to talk a little business and also shit on a few people, possibly. I don't know. You know, I always do that. Like to have fun. But without further ado, let's get kicking. I want to say hi to everyone. This is me by myself today. No Myron Walker in the building or no other co-host. We want to try to keep something, me and Myron, who was the original co-host, we want to try to keep something where we can always have content on the channel consistently and have things to talk about for people to go on. I mean, we want to be as current as possible, and we don't want to fall behind. A lot of people sometimes hit us up and say, you know, hey man, I want you to talk about this subject and that. And you'd be like, well, you know, that was 3, 4, 5 weeks ago. So, you know, we're kind of too late to go into that. So instead, now what we're going to do is it may be either me or him that'll try to get out here and talk that shit for everyone here. But I want to give a few salutes to our loyal supporters. The ones that actually, you know, view the channel on a regular, who subscribe. Also to the haters, the ones who won't subscribe but will watch and will throw shade at us. Love that. But to our loyal people, our supporters like Bald D Mack. Bald D Mack. Check out his YouTube channel. Bald D Mack, like bald like me, like Bald D Mack. That brother always drops a lot of good information on his channel. Dope. Some funny shit. But he always talking some real shit. He made a comment the other day on one of the videos we did. And like that's another reason why we want to go live. So that we can also interject some of those comments into our conversation. Like he made a comment about the Donald Trump teachers using guns and mass shootings, and how mass shootings shouldn't be a concern of black people. And that was something that would have been great for the conversation because, in a sense, I agree to an extent. Mass shootings don't happen around us like that, and typically it's because places we are usually heavily guarded by the police. We're being watched already. So a person, if they came along and they tried to shoot, they won't be able to do anything. They won't shit pop off when we're around. But at the same time, there are some of us who are in places where those things will happen. Like you can be in Vegas. So I agree and I also disagree because, like I said, if I'm in Vegas and I'm chilling, I'm having fun, and it's somebody who's shooting off rounds from a high hotel window, I need to be concerned. Very concerned. But Baldy drops knowledge, man. Fuck with him. My homie DJ Kurt Too Nice on Oso Radio. That man, another supporter. Check him out on Oso Radio, especially Fridays with his mix. I think he's on from like 8 to 1. He does the mix around 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. if I'm not mistaken. Shout out to the OGs that actually check in and check out the channel. The homie Calvin, Reese, Jamal, who was on the show. Also, the homie Kia, Nikki, Lexi. Come on now. Some of y'all fuck with me. I fuck with y'all too. If you got business, anything you want me to promote, I'm with it. Right now, you know, shit. You get on a special, the free special. I will promote your business for free right now because shit, I'm all right. I'm getting there. I might not be hot, but I'm getting there. I'm gonna get there. When I'm there, you know, you will always have the discount, the free discount. But holla at your boy, and we can do something. Holla at me, TONY.MACON7, the number 7, at gmail.com. And we can talk something. I shout you out every time. But topics. Let's go into this. Mack Biggs. Mack Biggs, 18-year-old from Texas. Well, let me put some respect on Mack Biggs' name. He or she, he is a state champion from Euless Trinity High School. He is a champion he is a champion of the girls division. So the question today is, fair or unfair? Let me give you background on this. Mack Biggs, Texas, Euless Trinity High School, wrestles in the girls division. He was unbeaten entering the tournament for the championship. He beat Chelsea Sanchez to take the title, who he also beat last year. And when he won, he was booed. He was booed. And the thing is he wanted to wrestle with the guys. However, under University Interscholastic League rules, athletes must compete in the gender division that corresponds to their birth certificates. So this little nigga looked like Brad Pitt. Little strong little motherfucker. But the funny thing was, as I was watching that, you know, like I said, he was born a female, so he has to wrestle with the girls. And the thing was, the girl he was wrestling had some size on her too. It wasn't like he was just going against little Becky with the good hair, who was slim. No, he was going against somebody who had a little size like him. However, he still is a man. Or wait a minute, he was born a woman, but now he's a man, and it's a crazy situation, because when you look at him, he look like a little boy, and it's all due to low dose testosterone injections, which technically that would be considered steroids, right? I mean, not no technical about it. It is steroids. So he was 132-9 over the last 3 seasons, but hasn't lost in the past 2 years. So he's not unbeatable amongst women. He just ain't lost in 2 years. And the thing is, going forward, he will be wrestling on a men's team next year at a small college. Well, he was offered a scholarship to wrestle on a men's team next year at a small college. And the question just becomes, is it fair or unfair? Now, I see the fairness to it in a sense of the little dude, you know, he wanna wrestle. This got him a scholarship, right? He has a paid ride to school now. He can only beat who's in front of him. That's one of the things I always say in basketball and football, like LeBron James. Everybody always say, oh, he has an easy way to the finals through the Eastern Conference. Well, he can only beat who the fuck is in front of him. What else can he do? I mean, if you are eligible to compete, what can you do? Now, here comes the unfair part, though. Unfair part is, see, I don't think the whole him wanting to be a boy thing is, or him transitioning to a man thing is the unfair part, because they have rules that say he's only going by the rules. They have rules that say he was born a woman, born a girl, born a female. So now I sort of get that in a sense, because if a guy who was brolic, decided, you know, hey, I want to be a female. And he was to jump and start hooping against all the other women in high school basketball. And he's 6'2", jumping out the gym because it's only a few women that can dunk. So, I mean, when we talk about athletics, I don't want to say that guys are superior, but, I mean, it is what it is. Guys are athletically superior. I mean, you got women here and there that do come along that are physical specimens, like look like they genetically are on the same levels, man, like a Serena Williams. However, at the end of the day, we're not putting Serena and LeBron James against each other on the court, or LeBron James and any other woman hooper on the court, and saying go head up and it's a fair competition. It's not. So if, in a sense, if there was a guy who wanted to be a woman playing ball in high school, I would want them to have to hoop on the man squad, because there's no way in hell you just allow them to run through women like that. Right? So with that being said, you have to use that same rule when it comes to the women, right? Females. And at the end of the day, we can only be who's in front of him. Now, here's the unfair part. The motherfucker's taking steroids. Steroids. The fuck can they do? I don't care if it's a low dose. He's taking testosterone building steroids is going to strengthen him. So I feel like he cheated for a championship. Here's what it is. I don't know if they should have like another side division in which, I don't know, man. I don't even want to go there with that, but hey, man, you can only be who in front of you, and if that's what it is, that's what it is. However, you should also be drug tested. If you're taking testosterone pills, you're up out of there. Another news before I go on to the food stamp proposal. Chris Cyborg, MMA fighter, woman, who is also woman, like she's been taking testosterone pills, but that's none of my business, says she can make Floyd Mayweather tap out. Why everybody want to throw shots at the throne? Throw rocks at it? Floyd is retired. Why is Chris Cyborg? I mean, I just feel like that wouldn't. Ronda Rousey said the same shit the last time when she said that she got knocked out. So Chris Cyborg, please slow it down, slow it down. No, it's not. Let it be. Let it be. I'm saucy. I'm not gonna go in too hard on Chris Cyborg. Chris Cyborg, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of men she can beat. She's a little strong little motherfucker. So give her props on that. I'm pretty sure she can handle her own. However, this is Floyd we talking about. He is also old now. He's done. Let him rest. Quit talking out the side of your neck. Friday, the program noting. Friday at 10 p.m. we will be live on that. I may have Myron and Ramonte here with me. We're going to be discussing the NCAA investigation on players who've been getting funds illegally. But we're also going to discuss, should the NCAA pay students or pay college athletes? Let me take that back. Not students, college athletes. We're going to really go into that, and I got to get at Charles Barkley's old goof ass, because Charles Barkley praised the NCAA, said they're giving kids education. And see, my whole thing with that is, and we really gonna go into it deep. It should be a good conversation, but my whole thing with that is, it's that same mentality of the we're giving you enough, we're giving you something, shut up and play. When in all actuality, I mean, come on now. The university makes billions upon billions of dollars off the backs of these students, athletes, college athletes. They make billions and billions of dollars off the backs of them. So why shouldn't they get a piece of that pie? You know what I mean? Anyway. So there's been a proposal to food stamps to change them. And I want to discuss what that means. Give you a little background of food stamps for those of you who may not know the history of it. Food stamps started back in the 1930s, 1939 to be exact, May 16th, in the midst of the Great Depression under FDR. It was to help low-income families, in which the program was to also help farmers and so forth. The program then ended in 1943 as World War II and an economic boom significantly decreased the number of people living in poverty. It was reintroduced by JFK in 1961 through a food stamp pilot program in several states. In 1964, the Food Stamp Act was passed by President Lyndon Johnson as a part of his Great Society program. The goal has been to strengthen the agricultural economy. Sometimes I drink a little bit too much and just chill out. I got it. Agricultural economy and help improve nutrition among individuals with low incomes. During this time, the stamps had to be purchased. In 1977, the requirement of purchasing stamps was eliminated. The program expanded to minority communities and also had more federal support at the state level. In 1980 to 81, the program experienced severe budget cuts under Ronald Reagan. This reduction caused a rise in hunger in America during the 80s. Some funding was restored in 88. Some funding was restored in 88 and 90 to combat the hunger crisis. Stricter requirements were placed on usage and eligibility in the late 90s, right? EBT cards came in early 2000, and in 2008, the program was renamed Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, also known as SNAP, and the focus was to place greater emphasis on nutrition. Now, it is now serving 14% of the population. I think it's like 47 million, like over 47 million people are on food stamps, or what you call, or have an EBT card or SNAP program. During most of the time the program has been around, the House has tried to make provisions to the bill to prohibit the purchase of soft drinks, luxury foods, and frozen foods. However, these provisions never made the cut. Which leads us to now. The proposal was made under the Trump administration, I think it was February 13th, if I'm not mistaken. And it was they wanted to curb the budget by more than $213 billion, with more than $17 billion rolled back by 2019. Individuals would see a portion of their benefits come in the form of a prepackaged food box, or the overall benefits decreased. Households receiving more than $90 per month would receive half their benefits in the form of government-purchased non-perishable food items, aka the Harvest Box. Those foods would include shelf-stable milk, juice, grains, cereals, pasta, peanut butter, beans, and canned meat. Is this a good idea? On paper, it sounds good, right? Right? To the Republican, right? maybe just not even a Republican, to the person who feels that they don't think that certain people should be able to do whatever they want with their bridge cards. Some people have a problem with their tax dollars going to the EBT cards. They feel a certain way. They're like, you know, some of these people aren't even actually purchasing what they're supposed to purchase. They're doing things like selling it to other people. So they feel a certain way, in which also this may cut tax dollars, which I don't really think that'll happen. I mean, I think the tax dollars will stay the same. What they'll do is they'll find a way to put your money towards something else that's unnecessary. So with that being said, is it a good idea? You gotta think about other things too, like what about allergies? What if a person is allergic to peanut butter? Do they add extra fucking beans in their box? We're talking canned meat. When the fuck has canned meat been nutritional? Canned meat sound like fucking spam. Are they gonna feed people? I mean, like we all have our feelings about the government. Some people don't trust the government. Some people like me who say the government administered AIDS. The fuck are they gonna put in a canned meat package? Canned fucking meat. Who the fuck wants to eat canned meat? I understand some people say they don't want them eating steak and lobster, but who the fuck you wonder what the fuck they eat? Huh? Steak and lobster? You eat steak and lobster? When you broke, you still go out and get it, don't you? When you're supposed to. I understand. You feel like, you know, you worked for it. You worked hard for it. Some of these people are trying. They're trying their hardest. Who are you to shit on them? Who you shit on them? But shelf-stable milk, come on, man. I mean, like, some of this stuff, you have to say to yourself, would you eat it? If you wouldn't eat it, why would you want people who make less than you to eat it? But are you that high on your horse that you're better than people now? It also will probably hurt stores. Big corporations will take a hit, but not just the big corporations. You got small mom and pop grocery stores that are located in communities with high number of low income families. So they go feel it. What you do? You just go put more people on food stamps? Is there a plan? Has anyone came up with an idea to maybe think about increasing employment? I mean, you can't just try to say, okay, we're going to take people off food stamps and not increase employment. And don't give me that, oh, black employment shit has increased because, like, or low, what is it? It's unemployment has gone down. Instead of, they never say unemployment has increased. They always say it has gone down. Fuck that. I want employment to increase. Tell me employment increase. Tell me people are getting jobs where they can actually feed a family. I mean, don't just, you know what I mean? Like, come on now. At the end of the day, food stamps and welfare is not an individual's failure. It's a system failure. We're in a system of classes that doesn't change the balance. The wealthy stay wealthy, and they pass it through generations. The wealthy keeps the wealthy financially ahead of the game and keeps everyone else below them. It's an education thing. It's what we're taught, especially with like the food. Like I mean, like if you teach these people, if you teach them, if we were taught to eat better, if those programs, which I think was put in place by Michelle Obama, First Lady, to help get people to eat better. that could change the dynamics of everything going forward. Like, see, what we're taught is that education and a good job equals income. But income doesn't equal wealth. Wealth is that fucked up equation, right? Wealth is being able to pass along property, finances, assets, basically. The wealthy set up trust funds so that this trend continues. For example, this whole food stamp proposal. You know where it came from? It came from the regime of a trust fund, baby. Someone who was always ahead of the curve no matter what. So you think that person would be doing anything to favor the non-wealthy? I doubt it. I gotta get out of here. I gotta go make some Skrilla. Gotta go make some Skrilla, man. I wish I would have been able to jump on at 7, but please, programming note, 7 p.m. on Wednesdays. I will be here every Wednesday at 7. Maybe if anything, I will produce some type of programming. I may or may not have a co-host with me. I would love for you guys to actually be on every time I'm on, so you can chime in, comment, and I can throw information back to you. And join the conversation. Also, on Fridays at 10 p.m. I'll be on. Mostly Friday will always have a co-host. Friday will be that turn up. But then also, we'll still be doing off the glass recorded shows. Myself and Myron will always put those out. They'll have a little bit more of a heavy focus to events that occur that are always relevant. So be on the lookout for that. We got a special one coming up that we may do this weekend. It's gonna be fucking hilarious. So please subscribe to the channel because you don't want to miss it. Subscribe to the channel. Also, like and share the page. I appreciate those who were listening. Fuck with your boy. Let me go get this Skrilla. Holla. Let me do it with the ice.